and welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. We are here at the Loxone campus from Kollerschlag, Austria, sending to the whole world, to all of our Loxone partners around the globe. Thanks for tuning in, because today marks the day of the first config and app release in this year, 2025. The config and app 15.5 is here, including an Exosphere update, an audio server update, and everything you need to know will be now at us. We're trying to give you a brief overview over everything what you need to know, because we know your time is valuable, so we don't want to waste any time and want to jump right in. With me is Lukas Eigelsberger, our applications lead. Thanks for joining me, Lukas.
Hi.
And we want to jump right into the config 15.5, because it's all under, I would say, the topic user friendliness, to make it even more convenient to use. So Lukas, what's new in here?
Yeah, we want to help our partner to save time. So for example, in Loxone config, we added a new function for when you create the page. Yeah. You often forget to set the room. So now you get the dialog where you can simply enter the room. Why is the room important? The room is important for later on when adding function blocks. For example, an intelligent room controller gets settings depending on the room, more like the room type of that room. Yeah. And for example, if you have no room set, you will get wrong settings in your bedroom, for example.
Yeah, okay.
Same thing when you create the room. When you forget to set the room type, you have the same behavior. So that you will then have wrong settings and so on. That's why we now have a new dialog where you can simply enter the room type and all other necessary settings, so that you don't forget anything.
Yeah, and we can also set the rating and set as favorite, for example, so that we can there have all the information also correctly displayed in the Loxone app. Because if you do, if there are errors in here, then you will have the function block or the function in the different room, and you're not finding it on the app. So this is very helpful to create the correct type of room, the correct page, and then everything is set to go on. Lukas, the next thing we have in here, which is also a big point when setting up a system, is setting up the mini server for the mini server search. So what did you do here?
Yeah, often you lose a lot of time to trying to find your mini server. And often the reason is because of firewall settings in Windows. Yeah. So we now try during the installation process to really open the firewall for the mini server search, so that you can easily find your mini server. And if it happens, despite the trying that it does not work, you get an info in the mini server search dialog that you have problems with the firewall, or that the firewall is not open, with a link to the documentation page which guides you through solution process.
Okay, so also a time improvement thing here, a new feature to save time when you're setting up a project. Directly in the config, based on the topic, the user friendliness, is the search function, because you just press F5 and then you have the search dialog in here, and you can search for the function blocks. But now we have adjusted it a little bit to make it even more easier to find the correct function block.
Yeah, you lose time when you're trying to find a function block, but you don't know what actually you have to enter. Yeah. That's why we added keywords. So if, for example, you have a lighting in your room and a lamp, and you will then search in config for a lamp, and you directly get the lighting controller. So you don't have to know, okay, I need to search for lighting controller. Yeah. And same for other function blocks.
Yeah, and you find also everything in the peripherals or everything project related right in here. And we are just, we are getting always with every new config version, you will see that there will be more keywords implemented, so that you can find the function blocks you need very, very easy and time saving. Another time saving manner is to duplicate now different peripheral devices or different digital inputs. So what do we do here, Lukas?
Yes. Something you use a lot of time, setting up, for example, a Modbus sensor, entering the correct settings, correction, and so on. And then you have to add a second sensor and have to do it all over again. Yeah. Now you can simply duplicate it with the context menu, or just by pressing Ctrl D. And same for virtual inputs and so on.
Okay, so then you really can save time in here, and this is another big topic of the wideness of the interfaces that Loxone offers for every project. We also improve our interfaces that it can be that it's even easier to integrate third-party devices right into the Loxone system. You save time as a partner, and at the end you have a happy and satisfied customer. The next thing, which is also going to the point of the user friendliness, is the topic permissions and the user management to make it even more versatile. What have we implemented here, Lukas?
We have made it more easier, but also better.
Yeah.
So now assigning permissions to a user is much easier by simply checking a checkbox. Okay, the user has now internal and external access. But what's new, I can also deny access. Mm-hmm. So maybe the user already has access to the living room function blocks via some group he's member of, but I want to deny him the living room, for example. Yeah. So it overrides it. What's also new is categories. So I can give a user permission to, for example, only lighting. Or the other way around, I can deny him access to climate.
Yeah, so it's for example for your kids' rooms or something like that you can say, okay, you can adjust everything in your room beside the climate or beside the audio or whatever. So it makes it even more easier. Yeah, or in a large building like in the Loxone campus, this is something very helpful for all offices, for all where you have different areas where you can then say, okay, no, we prohibit this and we deny the access here, so that you can adjust it even better in less time for that. This update, if you have click the checkbox for automatic updates, you will have that already on your mini server. Otherwise you have to do it manually. But we also improved the topic of automatic updates in a different way, Lukas.
Yeah, for all future updates you will also be able to auto update your gateway client system. So not only standalone mini servers, so now you can also update big installations from your app or from Exosphere.
Yeah, so also a time saver. You don't have to sit there for minutes and update all mini server by hand in your gateway client system. We have that all here. One of the, I think, most user-friendly features we had within the last year was the history function for different function blocks. For example, the lighting, the shading, the climate, so that people can better understand why is my home, my house, my building, why is this behavior as it is. And we also added this history now to even more function blocks.
Yeah, it's now available for the window function block, the gate controller, and the roof window shading function block. So we continuously further expand the function.
Yeah, so this is a thing you are common with if you're a Loxone user. We don't start a feature and then end it after a time. We are always getting better, improve the features ongoing from each cycle of our releases. So the control history is now for additional functions available. Another addition we have in the config itself is an improvement on a function block. It's a spot price optimizer, Lukas.
The spot price optimizer has gotten a new output. So you already had the current price, but now you have already also the next price for the next period. So, for example, the next hour. This info you can use maybe in combination with the current price. If the price is going to jump by 10 cents, for example, maybe you can decide, okay, I'm going to heat my water now instead of later on.
Yeah, and so this is another step into the direction to strengthen Loxone as the smartest and the most energy management system all over the globe. With this function, the spot price optimizer itself is a feature that is missed nearly in every other system. We just know it from Loxone, and now we have this also with the price for the next jump to make our automation even better. but not just the software. As you know, Loxone, 80% of all the efforts we put in our work is going directly into the software. Just 20% are going to our hardware. But the improvement of the software also makes the hardware even better. So this happens, for example, with our tree to air bridge, because we can now do what with that, Lucas?
You can now have more than the 50 devices on the tree to air bridge.
Yeah.
So previously you were limited to the amount of tree devices you can have on a branch, so each air device counted kind of as a tree device. But now this limit is lifted. We improved here the communication, so you can now have 128 air devices on a tree to air bridge on a tree bench, and besides that additionally 49 tree devices, for example.
Yeah, so even more powerful with the same hardware, with the same device you just bought once. You will get this free of cost with the new config and app. And this also is a point for our stereo extension, because we also optimize the algorithms behind the stereo extension. So the stereo extension is now even better going to longevity, because it lasts now longer. We have lowered the temperature the stereo extension will get while working. So we lowered it up to 3 degrees Celsius just by improving the config behind, the software behind, to make, with this update 15.5, even the devices, the hardware itself, even more smarter and intelligent. Also, there is an update, Lucas, for the audio server in that case.
Yeah, we greatly improved the syncing algorithm between the Loxone audio devices, so it greatly improves your audio experience with our devices.
Yeah. And as always, it comes every update of the config with an update on the Loxone app. We will jump to our next baby in the Loxone family. It's Exosphere. It's our building management system, and we also improved some things, going to user friendliness and to make it even more convenient to use in here, Lucas.
Yeah, we not only made it easier, we also added some features. For example, you now have a personal workspace, so it's free of charge. You can use it to save projects, but also credentials for your mini server. So everyone with a Loxone account now has the personal workspace he can use to save credentials or projects. What's new or improved for usability wise, we now have an improved overview of a mini server, so you can see at one glance, okay, what's the status of my mini server, what software version is he on, what update level. I can directly trigger backup or the update. And what's also new, we have now here a history in this handy tabs up here, so you can see what happened on my mini server, whether some disconnects or whatever.
Okay, and also I can, if we can jump to the backup section, I can also do that right from here, and then I will find that backup right in Loxone config, right?
That's true. We added the backups in Exo also to Loxone config, so you now not only have your local backups, you can also select backups created by Exosphere and select them and directly format an SD card.
Yeah, so even easier, and you're always up to date and can get the backup directly from here. So what else do we have on the side? Exosphere is for large buildings, for large mini server fleets, or for chains, for restaurant chains, for supermarket chains. They are using Loxone Exosphere. They are always comparing the data they have in one store to the other store, or where are the different mini servers working on. And so this data and statistics are one of the most powerful things in the Exosphere portal, and we now improved that also.
Yeah, we improved the flow on how you configure your charts and how you add data points. You now have here an advanced search, which you can select to search, for example, in the category energy, and directly have the values which are in the category energy and select them. And with a few clicks, you have added a new data point.
Yes, and also with the databases or the tables, we did something.
For databases, you now can more easily export data, so you can now configure which data is exported and also in which format. So, okay, what kind of fields do you want in your exported file, and which which settings for the Exosphere.
Yeah. So this makes it even more easier and convenient to use that data you get from Exosphere afterwards for your internal processes or the processes of the customer, that you can here customize it even more convenient. So that's at this point from our side. We just wanted to give you a very short and brief overview. So everything what's new in Loxone config and app 15.5 audio server Exosphere will also be seen in the changelog, which is also available at the moment. In the blog post you will find all the features detailed, and the config 15.5 is live. You can download it, you can test it, you can use it. If you have improvements, if you have comments, just drop it in the comments below this video. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Lucas, for joining me, and see you next time.